civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean... Wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell? You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegus.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zoogles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zoogles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First people made Zoogles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zoogles aren't so different after all.
Finally. If only we could have flown with...
Hey.
Yes.
Just great.
How's this?
Got it.
Hey! Yay!
All right.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
I never realized before just how hot this place is. It's like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory feedback situation.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renin overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head's spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know! I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. He'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Xion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Welcome back, Law.
How's this?
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
Yeah! Hey. Yeah! Just...
I guess... Thanks.
Huh?
Well... All right.
All right.
I guess.
Whew.
Got it.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. Right!
Leo Temple. Isn't that where Xion was being held?
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... You sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, You know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Xion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but... I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Xion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the... An ambush?
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogle?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogle or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard!
We've reached our destination.
Huh? I think someone's calling out for... Yes!
Excuse me!
Hey!
Really now?
What?
I see. Agreed.
Very nice.
Dohalim, the line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kinda pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right. Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shion.
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome. That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the crown contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cislodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Poodle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hootle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hootle, that makes us all one big, happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hootle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hootle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hootle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Ah, get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I never thought about this until now, Elfin, but doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Just great. Cheers!
Cheers! What? Nice try, you two.
Never.
Wait, something's wrong.
I couldn't catch it. I'll always be alone. How could I... Oh, please. I'm so lonely.
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alphen!
I'm alone. I'm all alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time. I've got it!
Alphen?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. There's also this one from me. So please, don't give up. We'll fight this together. Shion!
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with it, so it wouldn't be lonely either.
You never cease to amaze me, Alphen. Seriously.
Feeling better now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Why are you staring at me?
I love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too. Especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver-spooned elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Shion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Shion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious, actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing. Shion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
Whoa!
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey.
What is it?
Do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Oh, dinner, yes. Yes, of course. Dinner. Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait, is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah. So much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done, when Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
I'm looking forward to breakfast. Did you get enough sleep?
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
That thing.
Looks like trouble. Quite. I doubt we'd fare well against it.
Don't get careless!
Don't tell me!
Bet that gel hiding something tasty to be let free.
The packing part's their weak point.
No armor. Stop me.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Demon Fang!
Demon Fang!
Blah, 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 that's
Demon Fang!
more for the stockpile! I never miss! Permanent Ranger!
Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this!
No squall! Here, let me help! Handle?
Astral Art?
That's my cue! Not a solid
Shut him down.
I've let you all down.
You'll pay for that!
Far enough! Magic, hold on to your art! Here I come!
Here I come!
I owe you, Sion. Healing is what my arts do best.
Here I prepare to be seen!
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Demon Fang! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang!
Anything in order is all right.
Burn in hell!
I'll heal you all!
Amazing.
Demon Fang! I owe you one!
Armor won't save us this!
Take it! Strike! Demon Fang!
Oh, now you're talking! All good, not my finest.
Stay away from my friend!
Take this!
Demon Fang!
Slash! I'll bring you back from death to
No
death.
escape! Eat this!
Leave the target to me!
Demon Fang!
I'm going to use all the power of my willing heart to accomplish this. Blah, 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 that's it. Cross blade! Show you what my heart can do.
No escape! Demon Fang!
Here you go! I feel like me again. No further!
Can't be swallowed!
The flame inside me! Yours! Let free!
Blah, 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 that's by the holy red!
I'm not done! Not today!
I'll finish you here now!
Natural energy!
Storm! Blast the shot!
Raging captain! There you go! Don't let that!
Army Steel! Inferno! Demon Fang!
Captain! First Lunar Blast! Cyclone! Blah, 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 that's
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Smash you!
Strike!
Outstanding
Demon
plan!
Fang!
Captain!
Swallow dead!
Here I come!
Sorry.
You're mine!
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
The flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Swallow Blade! Not today! Here I come! I'm not done! Demon Fang!
I've still got some fight left in me.
Swallow Blade! Double Demon Fang!
It looks like you got this one covered.
I've let you all down.
Take this!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Denied!
Blah, 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 that's Thunderblade! Vegetarian!
You're mine!
No.
Swallow
Let
Blade!
me help.
Demon Fang!
First aid!
Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Here I come! It's on!
Now I'm in the groove!
Burn!
Resuscitation!
Here I come!
Radiant! Here!
Burn! Here I come!
Take this!
By the power of Magic
Swallow
Advantage!
Now you see what I can watch
You're
this!
mine!
Blah, blah, blah. Feel!
You're mine! Strike! Swallow Blade!
Can't get out of this!
Swallow dead!
Where would that came from?
Demon Fang!
Chain between heaven and earth.
The flame inside me! Yours to be let free! Demon Fang! Burn!
Hold on to your heart. Here's the evil.
Crush! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! Strike!
It's time! Can't get out of this!
It's too much! Demon Fang! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
Swallow Blade!
Lightning orb.
Why is he human?
stop you dying?
Right.
Holy rock. A chain between heaven and lava.
I'll finish you here and
The
now!
flame inside me! Yours to be let free! Demon Fang!
You require a hand.
Ignite!
Tear him up!
Take this!
This
Swallow
one's
Blade!
mine.
Demon Fang!
Slash! Eat this! Can't get out of this! I'm just getting started! Not my finest!
Will this help?
Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Far enough. All day.
Slash! Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back
Here
from
I
death
come!
and earth.
Swallow Blade!
Oh.
Demon
Whirling
Fang!
beauty of lightning.
Swallow Blade!
Vegetation.
Demon
Press! Have enough! I won't give up now!
Here I come!
Take this! Swallow blade! You picked the wrong fight!
Healing circle! Thunder field! Thunder field!
Thanks, Fiona.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Blue escape!
Can't get out of this!
Blue escape! Demon flame!
Now you see what I can watch!
Here I come! Wind! Soaring light!
Take this!
You're up! Eat your
Roll now! Eagle assault! I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plate.
Demon flame!
Yes, ma'am.
Bring you down.
Swallow blade! Try harder!
In a bind, shattering blood! Pieces!
Demon flame! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! No! Get here!
Don't leave me!
Demon flame!
Here's the evil field! Let's get you all tucked away!
Here I
Far enough! Eagle
A
assault!
whirling struggle!
The flame inside me yearns
Winds
to
of
be let
heaven!
free!
First force! Here's a healing art!
Fluid!
You require
First aid!
Now I can let this
Knuckle!
Glimmer
Swallow
force
blade!
into a method!
No further!
Annihilation!
This should do it!
My eagle confiscated!
Swallow blade! Wind! Soaring light spear!
Resurrection!
Eagle assault!
You're mine!
In front! Now you see what I can do!
This one's all mine! Swallow blade! Demon flame! Demon flame!
Here's the evil! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Take this!
Look!
Swallow blade!
Seal!
Rising! Demon flame! You picked the wrong fight! Rising Viper! Rising Phoenix! Blue escape! Swallow blade!
Magic is ready to go!
Strike!
Rising
Viper!
Magic is out! Don't give up! Thunder Blade Blazer! I can do this all day!
Demon flame!
Take this!
Holy Lamp! I'll bring you back from death! I'll bring you back from
Demon flame!
Far enough!
Resuscitation!
You're mine!
I'll heal you all! Living Gale!
Demon flame!
The enemy is going all out!
Here comes the big one!
By the power of darkness! Finish without a fight!
Roll now!
Flame inside! Can't move!
Divine! Not in your dreams!
Here I come!
I'm
That's where you got it!
Not my fight! You picked the wrong fight!
Carol!
You're my...
Healing circle!
Thanks!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Demon fang!
Resuscitation! Ready to
Demon
go!
fang!
I still got
Get
this
out of
fight
this.
remaining. Here, let me help! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Leave the target to
I'll
me!
bring you back from death's
Denied!
abyss!
Slash!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Water
Demon fang!
Alright!
Take this!
Showtime!
Slash! Swallow
Bring you
blade!
down!
Demon fang!
Illumine! Blah, blah, blah!
Here,
Let's
Demon
go!
fang!
Heaven if you get the gift!
Demon fang!
Divine Seed! Searing Flame!
Now or never.
Reload!
In a bind?
I'll bring you
It's
back from
on!
death's abyss!
No! Can't end here!
Here, let me
Not
help!
done yet!
First aid!
I've let you all down.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Air thrust! Light astral magic is they're not playing around! Blah, blah, blah! Reload! I'll bring you back
Demon
from
fang!
death's abyss!
You! Stay away from my friend!
What was I thinking?
You're far enough! This one's all
I
mine!
won't give up.
Burn in hell!
Take care. Poodle. A new lease on
Demon
life.
Fang! Demon Fang!
This can't be happening. Searing heaven.
Can't move!
I'm not. How we get out of this one? You mean this might be the end?
No, never. Stay strong.
Demon Fang! Not done yet! Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Dragon Shell! Freeze Lancer! Take Bolero!
Take this! I'll smash you!
Resuscitation! I'll heal you all!
Eat this!
I can feel the medicine working.
Demon
I'll
Fang!
finish you here and now!
Demon Fang! This should do it!
I can handle it!
Try harder!
Imbue this vanquished soul with
Blah, blah, blah,
Demon Fang!
Feel!
far enough! Better if you don't set up.
Get on in there with the others!
Take this! Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this!
Hold on to your art!
I carry through armor!
Poodle!
I couldn't make it in time.
Ignite!
Slide! Here's my
Demon Fang!
Spread!
Here I come!
Fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
This should do it! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Demon Fang!
It's gonna smart!
Try harder!
You require a hand.
In a bind?
All disasters made one!
Ready and ready.
Come forth and helix of purity!
Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do!
One more
It's
time!
on!
Spirit
Demon!
Illuminate!
Thrilling performance.
Water Blade!
Fury!
Demon Fang!
Strike!
Burn!
Change the water! Hear my call! This
Water
one's
Blade!
mine!
Blood! I'm not done!
In here! Never break!
Take this!
Finish without a
I
trace!
can carve through armor!
Now
You're mine!
Can't get out of this!
Demon Fang!
hear me!
Demon Fang!
Water! Hear my
Take this! It's on!
call!
Regeneration!
You're mine! Burn in hell!
Let me free you of your
Blah,
power!
blah, blah,
Dispel!
Radiant here!
Rising
Holy
Wyvern!
land! Blah, blah, blah! Divine!
Demon
I won't give up!
Forgive me.
Demon Fang!
It's time!
Demon Fang!
Such unadulterated fury.
I'm drinking orb! Ha! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
All disasters made one! Come forth and helix of purity! Maelstrom!
Ready to go!
I'm thinking! Purge malevolence! Ordained
The official
It's
seat
on!
clear for us to
Try harder! You picked the wrong fight!
slash!
Demon Fang!
Denied! Begin!
Crush! Demon
Lightning
Fang!
block! No further!
There!
Go time!
Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm not done! Demon Fang!
I never miss!
Swallow Blade! This one's all mine! Not today!
Begin!
Here I come!
Finish without a
Elusive
trace!
deity!
Rising Phoenix!
Water astral
Slide!
energy!
Swallow Blade!
Begin!
Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern!
Go time!
Dragon
Tornado
Storm!
drive!
Demon Fang!
Armor won't save you!
Thunder Field!
Slash!
This one is almost in the bag!
Not done yet.
Can't be happening!
Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best! Hold on to your art! Here I come!
shield myself.
Illuminate the dark! Come forward!
Not today!
Rending you apart!
Chain between heaven and earth. They're not playing around.
Soil.
Divine speed! In here!
Ready and ready!
Raging storm!
Can't move!
May 1,000 gales tear you apart! The chain between heaven and earth. Mega ray! Watch them bleed! Mega ray! Let me show you what my art can do!
Not done yet!
Shine!
This should do it!
I'll smash you!
Resurrection!
From beyond,
You're
imbue
mine!
this vanquished soul with
Blade!
life!
Glacial spear! Here's evil! Let the marksman handle this! I still got the fight
being
left in me.
interrupted.
This one's mine!
Here I come!
Can't get out of this!
I'm going to need to use all the powers of my healing arts to accomplish
Try
this.
harder!
Can you take it?
Celestial Order! Thanks so much!
Forgive me.
Hold on to your art. Here I power of water! A whirling struggle. I'll bring you back from death
Here
to
I
this.
come.
Winds of heaven!
Eat
First
this!
spark! Resuscitation! Let me
Demon
show you
Fang!
my art!
Here I come!
Sweet now! Resurrection! They're not playing around!
Rending you bloody howling!
Glacial spear!
Demon Fang!
Cyclone! Freeze laser! Frontal field! Let the marksman handle this!
Let's try harder!
Downfall!
Demon Fang!
Light astral edge! Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Try harder!
Can't get out of this!
Lightning! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
I'm not done! Demon Fang!
I'm never finished!
Demon Fang! Ignite!
And jump you!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Slash!
Freeze! Denied! Magic Shazam! Radiant Pin! I won't give up!
Demon Fang!
Cyclone!
I'll smash you! Begin!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Sanguine blood!
Demon Fang!
Wailing bounty of lightning! Divine Season!
Try harder!
Wind of heaven!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life!
Demon Fang!
Watch yourself. Sense incredible power.
Demon Fang!
Armor won't save you!
Try harder!
Illuminate the
Leave
dark!
the charges to me.
Holy glim! Holy land! Chain between heaven and earth! A wailing
Try
bounty
harder.
of lightning!
My turn!
Divine
Solar
Season!
Blade! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine!
Can you take it?
Take care of lunar corruption!
Demon Fang!
It's showtime! Imbue this vanquished
Demon
soul
Fang!
with life! Resuscitation! Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Try harder! Demon Fang!
I'll smash you! Can you take it? You're mine!
Now or not!
Take this!
Demon Fang!
Back from death to death!
Rotating
I'll bring you
fire!
back from death to this! I'll bring
Demon
you back
Fang!
from death to
The
this!
flame inside me is yours to be let free! Here! Eat dirt!
Ready to go! Cyan instant!
Benediction light. Such unadulterated fury.
Demon Pack!
Awaken and reach!
I could do without this pain. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
No further! Wide open!
Won't escape me.
Nothing back! Oh, no, stop! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Don't mind if I do.
Burn!
Birthday!
Use too much.
Shining supernova! Take care of evil! Poodle!
I'm gonna need more to forgive me.
Resuscitation!
Leave the target!
Do it!
Demon Pack! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
How if I know? I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
Something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Danins and Renins, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me, what I've done, your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
Always good to be back. In familiar territory.
Hey, Alphen, what do you think of that chick over there?
Hey.
Hey. I guess... No way. Damn. Whew.
All right.
This is...
Thanks.
You okay, Law? You seem kind of quiet.
I'm fine. Just feels a little weird returning home now that my dad's not here, I guess. Oh man, sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out too.
So I guess that means you'll be visiting your dad's grave while you're here. Right, Law?
His grave? What are you, nuts? There is no grave. The Rena would only destroy it the moment they found it.
Back before Calaglia was liberated, dead slaves would be dumped in mass burial sites. Either that or thrown on top of a bonfire. We got used to cremating our own to deny them the pleasure. Then we'd sprinkle the ashes from high up as a way of returning them to the motherland.
It's all we could do. That's the ceremony we had when my mom died, too.
But that was back then, right? Calaglia is liberated now. There's nothing to stop you from raising a true grave anymore.
I suppose you've got a point. Once you've been doing something for generations, though, it sort of begins to take root. It's a tradition of its own now.
My dad wouldn't want that anyway. Cheap and simple, he'd say. Besides, I can't treat him differently than my mom. They might not end up meeting on the other side.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Wow, imagine. The two of them reunited, back home where they belong. They're probably watching over us right now, at one with Great Dana. There's something almost poetic about it.
That's why I can't afford to screw up. If I know my pops, something as paltry as death won't stop him from coming to box my ears. Still, better than being left alone, I guess. Better than never knowing. You hear that, Dad? I'll make you proud. You'll see.
We've reached our destination. Doing some thinking?
Nah. It just occurred to me that our journey's been going for a while now.
Is it a wonder to you our group has held together this long?
Maybe. We've got Danans, Renans, a lord, a mage, and even a guy from another time. Yet here we all are, leaning on each other as travel companions. It's like a minor miracle.
If anything, I'd say it's proof. Proof that as long as we accept each other for who we are, we can all get along.
And with understanding comes togetherness. Yeah, we are more than enough evidence of that.
I've always had a thorny relationship with others. Quite literally, as it happens. I figured that it was easier to give up on intimacy, rather than having to go through all of the pain of rejection. I mean, is it any wonder I grew thorns around my heart, too?
But now...
Right. Now... I still have my thorns, of course. But they don't cover my heart. I know now that there is more than one way for people to relate to one another. It was you and everyone else here that taught me that. Everyone that you brought together, Alphen.
It wasn't just me. I mean, sure, I invited a few folks to join us, but... swordsmanship's about all I have to offer. Everyone's taught and supported me just as much as I have them.
You see? That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're fine just as you are. The bonds that you form with others, they shine more brightly because they're mutual. It's not just one bond for you. It's many, each with a heart of its own. That's what makes them special.
Hey, Alphen, why do you like spicy food so much anyway?
You know, I haven't thought about that before. Maybe because when I couldn't feel pain, it gave me that kick I was craving.
But now that you can feel pain again, wouldn't your tastes have changed?
Did you like spicy food when you were younger?
Not as much as I do now. At some point, it just became something almost like an addiction, I guess.
I can most certainly relate. Once you've had your fill of ordinary food, you cannot help but seek out more unusual fare.
I don't think that's got anything to do with Alphen's tastes. Although I won't deny that you definitely have a thing for exotic food. The stranger the better.
I just wish I could have gotten you into sweets like me, Alphen.
I like food that's dense and keeps you feeling full myself. It helps you last longer when you're on the move.
We all know you're a quantity over quality kind of...
What was that?
Nothing. I lost my train of thought.
You know, I've also noticed Shion's not really into the same kind of food most Renans are. Could be it's got something to do with the way she grew up.
That's so me. Even when I was little, I was all about food that gives me strength. All meat, all the time.
And I guess Kisara is so good at cooking fish because she can catch them herself.
I'm only good with fish because it used to be the easiest thing to get. When you work with something long enough, it comes naturally to you.
I like fish just fine. But what I really like about your cooking is how it tastes homemade. It reminds me of what my mom used to make.
Really? You know, I used to cook a lot of meals for younger kids, and they said the same thing.
When you get down to it, I guess the things a person cooks and the foods they like say a lot about the way they've lived.
What? Hey guys, I don't see any of our food anywhere.
What?
I know! The bag we kept it all in has vanished! Some Zoogles must have gotten in behind us and swiped the whole thing while we were fighting.
What? Huh? What are you guys talking about?
This affects you too, you know! We lost all our food, including all those sweets you love so frickin' much!
What? How could this happen? Those sweets are the highlight of my day! Oh, so hungry.
Hunger is like that. The moment you know there's nothing you can do about it, it becomes that much more unbearable.
Whoever did this, I swear I'm gonna make them pay for stealing our supplies.
All that's left now is this one lonesome apple.
Law?
What? Hey, don't look at me like that. I picked this apple myself. I'm not just gonna...
Food.
Hand it over.
Stay away!
Hey, I'm back. Huh? What the heck happened here?
Only a poignant reminder of how dangerous a food shortage can be in a collective. A serious problem indeed. And one we should all be mindful of.
I see. Does it have anything to do with why you're holding our food supply bag behind your back?
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
Hoodle's really warmed up to you. I want to go back to bed. Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Looks like we... warped into that pit of astral energy.
Helganquil! Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
You're mine! Try harder!
This one's mine! First force! Cyclone! A freezing storm!
Demon Fang!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
No complaints here!
You're mine!
I'm all the power of my healing.
Fear throbs in pain.
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! Demon Fang! This one's all mine! Here I go! In an instant! Impact Block!
Here, let me help.
You're mine! No escape!
Raging
Demon Fang!
Swallow
Blade! Demon Fang!
We got the advantage!
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, cause law's on!
Here's the raging
Take this!
Sleep now.
I'm not done! Demon Fang!
Here goes!
This isn't ideal.
I'm going to need to use all the power
Demon Fang!
I'll heal you all.
Here I come!
Confiscated.
No
I'm on a
escape!
roll!
Healing circle.
I can't imagine what we'd do without you, Renwell.
Who, me?
It's in the sky!
That's a little much, don't you think?
I'm serious. You're a lifesaver.
Burn in hell!
Annihilation! Searing
Take
flame!
this!
That'll bring you down.
Crush!
Reaching orb.
You're mine!
Let's go!
I'm not done!
My arch can
Swallow
see.
Blade!
Rise and shine, magic is there!
Your arts are really incredible.
It's thanks to you I can use them.
And I promise I'll always be here.
Your actual truly incredible.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. You have to stay the course.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegis, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Renna. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
Just look at the size of that thing. The Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years, no, even before that, Just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries, at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot. There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
A 6-armed giant. Is this the Zoogle from the request?
It's not only alive, but completely uninjured.
We'll just have to see for ourselves if it's really as ferocious as they say.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator.
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danans?
I'd say it's likely. Which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danans. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danans too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Xion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
These things really get on my nerves.
Here I come!
You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay. Hey,
All the power of my healing on
You're mine! This one's all mine!
Arrow Squall!
Burn in hell!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'll finish you here and now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Watch your back! The power of Fling! Vanish without a trace!
Here I come!
Denied!
I'm not done!
Solo dance!
Where are you going? Eat dirt!
I'm on a roll now!
A whirling struggle!
Demon Fang!
Flame of Fury!
I'm not done!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alfred!
It's time to end
Enemies
this
incoming! I'm right beside you! Level! Astral energy!
Say no more! Demon
Reinforcements!
Fang! Here I
Where
come!
are you going?
I'm
Rain
not
down!
try harder! My turn! Right! Demon Fang! Burn in hell!
Now!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Mooring
Demon Fang! Take this!
Can't get out of this! Lost my focus!
Not on my watch!
Demon Fang! Burn in hell!
Do it! Lamar!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
This one's mine!
Demon Fang! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang!
Will this help?
Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
More Zuko?
Keep calm and take them down!
Soaring Light Spear!
Now!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
No! You're mine! Soaring Light Spear!
Eat this! Now I'm in the
Soaring Light Spear! Swallow Blade! Demon
These
Fang!
fists have got your name on them!
Swallow Blade! First strike!
Magic attack!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
More? You picked the wrong fight! Take
Freezing
this!
storm!
Take this!
It's
Air
over!
thrust! I never miss! A chain between heaven and earth!
Armor won't save you!
Here I come!
Wailing Banshee of Divine
Lunarongo!
Savior!
Mirage!
Denied!
We barely managed to turn that battle.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Not a chance! Lunarongo!
There! Go! Not in your dreams!
Mirage!
I'm all stuffed up!
Burn!
Far beyond the
I'm not
darkest
done!
sky!
Swallow
I'm
Blade!
all on thee!
Demon
Lunar
more?
corruption!
Demon Fang!
A whirling
Swallow
trouble!
Blade!
Magic! Sleep now!
Take this!
Now, here! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
Rising Watcher! River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! My turn! Eat dirt! Take this!
Purity!
Mirage! We did it!
As impressive as always. No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen beyond Astral Energy!
Say no more!
I'm even stronger than before.
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
That's true. And if we go down, we should find the great...
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Demon Fang!
I can carve through armor!
You require a hand.
Insects should stay on the ground.
Here goes!
Swallow Blade!
Don't mind if I do!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you truly.
I'm on a roll
They're
now!
surrounding us! Lightning will rage in this game!
Burn!
Will this help?
Take this!
I'll tear you apart!
Take this!
Denied!
No escape! I'm not done! It's over!
Inferno!
Water, hear my call!
You're mine!
Can't this Laser Spear! Banana Freezer! Freeze Laser! I do it!
Gino, come on!
This one's got your name on it!
Acid to acid!
Exciting!
Not a chance!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Lunarongo!
Here!
Soaring Light Spear!
It's time! Thousand Gales! Period and flag!
Swallow the I'm on it! You're mine! Storm! Flash! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang!
Now!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Got!
Well
Demon
done!
Fang! Get up! Swallow Blade! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! Slash! Swallow Blade!
Dirt!
All finished, you hear it now!
In here!
Hurricane!
I never miss!
Take this!
Ready to go!
Swallow Blade!
Now!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Demon Fang! My turn!
Lunar
Lunarongo!
Corruption!
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! Mind the flame inside me, yours to be let free! Luna Rondo! Soaring Light Sphere! Ignite! Soaring Light Sphere! Swallow Blade! River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Step back! This one's all...
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
I'll smash you! In a vine?
I never... These ones can run rings around us!
Dear, drop in pain.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Take this!
In a vine?
Lightning now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Luna Rondo!
First strike! Stand up!
Take this! Slash!
Company!
Slash! Demon Fang! Take this!
Talon Hurricane! It was nice while it
This
lasted.
time! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
First strike!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
I'm not done! You picked the wrong fight!
Swallow
Take this!
Lightning all raging!
Strike! Demon Fang!
You aren't a human.
To stop you dying?
Right. Demon Fang! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang! Well, not done!
Now we're not safe.
You're mine! Swallow Blade! Try harder! No escape! It's over!
Eat this!
Where are you going?
Now I'm in the groove!
Do it!
Damn, beat me to it.
Gotta be quick, or I'll take them all myself.
Oh, right now?
Ice Tornado!
I'm even stronger than before.
Brace yourself! This one's tough! This one's all mine! You're mine! Demon Fang! No escape! Not today! Swallow Blade!
I'll fix you up! Come forth!
Strike!
Achilles Thirst! Lightning!
Take this! Try harder!
Now you see what I can do.
Take this! Swallow Blade!
Now or never.
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Sphere!
I owe you, Sion.
Healing is what my art
Stand
do
back.
best.
I'll trip it up.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction. You get the just marksman
Swallow dead! Inferno Punch!
Flame inside me, yours to be let free! Demon Fang! Slash! Rise this! Eat dirt! You're mine! Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm ready to fight!
Far enough! Talon Hurricane! Watch this!
Do it, Piercy! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Demon
Anything
Fang!
normal is all
Here I
mine!
come! Take this! Not today!
Winds of
You're mine!
Slash!
Swallow Blade! Slash!
Lightning! I'll be saving you!
Take this!
Inferno Punch!
Let's tear 'em up! Should have messed with me!
Confiscated!
I'm on! Here I come! Slash! Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
Alright, that'll bring you down!
This time! Eat dirt!
Now or never.
You're mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it! Come and get it! No further!
One
Now you're talking!
Annihilation!
Armor won't save you!
Escape!
A chain between heaven and earth. Radiant punch! A wailing
You're
champion
mine.
lightning! Goodbye!
Leave the power on to me!
This isn't ideal. Sleep now.
No escape!
Get on
Demon
in there!
Fang!
Here's a healing
Should have
ball.
messed with me!
It's time! Burn!
Illuminate the top of rod magic! Holy lance!
Slash!
I can
Demon
do
Fang!
all this!
You require a hand.
Nothing up! You're finished!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing arc!
Can't get out of this!
Illuminate the sun!
Like me?
Now
I'm in
Just a
trouble.
little longer!
Thanks for the sympathy.
Get it together! We need you informed!
Shattering the
Demon Fang!
pieces! Attack time!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arc
blade.
to accomplish this! More for the stockpile!
Strike!
Here, let me help! More where that came from!
Ah!
One more magic is there! Here, thrust!
Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
You're mine!
Lightning orb!
You picked the wrong fight!
Now or never. I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Blade!
I'm out of ammo!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm all stuffed up!
Take this!
Slash! Win!
There you
In a
go!
bind?
Don't let that
On a roll now!
Lightning orb!
Far enough!
Hurt now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
I can feel my precision improving.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Dispose of the trash.
Not today!
This one's mine!
Here I come! Time to cross blade!
This one's mine!
I'm not done!
Not in your dreams!
Double blade!
I can carve through armor!
May it
You require a
Move
In a bind?
I'm not done! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Take this!
Outstanding form!
Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
Prepare to be seen!
Time to
You can't get out of this!
I can't kill you forever!
No escape!
I can carve through armor!
Demon Fang!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Freezing storm!
Demon Fang!
I'll finish you
Here I
now!
come! Demon Fang! Swallow Blade!
Bring you down! It looks like you
These
got this
fists
one
have got
covered.
your name on them!
Rising Wyvern!
This one's for you, Dad!
Vanish without a
Take this! Swallow Blade!
Now or never. I'm on a roll, man! I'll
Charge
crush
like that
you!
could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm
Lightning
here to stop.
reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Whirlwind snap!
Here I come!
Can't get out of this!
Oh,
now you're talking!
Take this! You're mine! Demon Fang! Not today!
This one's for you, Dad!
Here I come! Swallow Blade! Struck! It's over! Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you!
Soaring Light Spear!
I'm on it!
Don't mind if I do.
Swallow Blade!
Healing circle! Thanks for the healing. Watch your step, okay? Yeah, you too. Here's a healing arc. First aid!
Here I come!
Drinking orb!
Slash! No further! The flame is stuck! Not today!
This one's mine.
Here I come! Slash!
There you go.
Swallow Blade!
Don't let
Demon Fang!
Do it.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helgankro. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
I mean, like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
Huh? Something smells nice.
It's probably the accessory I picked up earlier. It uses materials that put off a pleasing aroma.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. I'm jealous.
Want to try it on? I'm sure it'll look great on you.
Really? I'd love to.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I'm surprised to see you up reading so late. What have you got there?
Oh, it's a book about magic. I was hoping I'd reach the end of this chapter before I went to bed.
I'm impressed you can read all that tiny text without drifting off.
It's easy. Honestly, the subject is so interesting, it keeps me wide awake. Although I have to admit, the more I read this book, the more I realize just how much I still have to learn. I hate not knowing it all, so it pushes me to keep learning as much as I can so I can be a real expert.
So that's why you're studying by the campfire every night, huh? You've really changed, Rinwell.
Really? I don't feel like it.
Remember how you used to be when we first met in Calaglia?
Sure, but that's because I was still hiding a lot from you guys. Am I really all that different aside from that?
Definitely. It's the difference between a rock and the sun.
Are you saying I used to be like a rock? That's not something you should use to describe a girl, Alphen.
My bad. But the comparison is still apt. You used to not be open with us about your magic at all. And now look at you.
Well, I guess you may have a point. I used to hate studying magic because my parents made me do it. And after everything that happened, I felt like it brought nothing but trouble. But now, I don't think it's so bad after all. Maybe I really have changed more than I thought. All magic is simply astral energy combined with knowledge. It's neither good nor bad by itself. It all depends on how you use it. Saying it out loud, I guess I finally made peace with it.
I think you have Law to thank for that.
What? Why him?
I mean, he was kind of the one who...
Nope, he's got nothing to do with it. None. Zilch. Nada. Nothing.
If Law heard that, he'd be pretty bummed, you know.
You're crazy. I don't see why he would be.
Are you saying you'd rather he wouldn't be? I'd say the fact you can get so worked up about things now is another sign you've changed.
Sounds like someone wants me to put on a little magic show.
All right, all right. I'll take my leave before I say anything else that might get me into trouble. Just make sure you aren't staying up too late, okay?
Ugh, I'm not a little kid anymore. Yeesh. Though, actually, it felt kind of nice hearing that. I wonder why. Ooh. Night, everyone. Thanks to you, I was able to rest easy.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. That frickin' does it! I'm gonna carve through one!
Go for the weak point!
That frickin' does it!
Take this!
I could do without this pain.
Demon Fang! Pull nothing back!
Burning strike! One more time!
Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing one! Air Thrust! A chain between heaven and earth! Annihilate! Wailing bounty of lightning! Radiant blood!
Here I come!
Flash! Here I
Demon
come!
Fang!
Rolling fast!
Swallow Blade!
Denied! Rise and shine! Gale Force!
Demon Fang!
Hey! What is mine?
Anything in armor is all mine!
Not
This
mine!
one's mine!
Stay away from my friends! Demon Fang!
Divine Streak!
Swallow Blade! This one's all mine!
Photon Flash!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! You're mine!
Anything in armor is all mine!
By the power of flame! Burn without a trace! Heaven and earth!
Swallow Blade!
Let me see what I can do!
Divine Lightning! Blah, blah, blah!
We're all getting you here and now!
Not on my watch!
Solid sword!
Demon
Can't get out of this!
Swallow Blade!
Lightning
The
orb!
flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Enemy flame of
Leave the
fury!
torch up to
Burning
me.
strike!
Demon Fang!
Hear my
You
call!
picked the wrong fight!
Eat this!
Take this! I'm not done!
I'm just getting started!
Swallow Blade!
I never miss!
Demon
There
Fang!
you go! Don't let up!
Demon Fang!
Hey! Shattering
It's over!
Attack time!
Annihilation!
Demon Fang!
Radiant
I'll
blast!
finish you here and now!
Here I come! Burn in hell!
A freezing storm!
I'll tear you apart!
Here I come!
Solid sword! Take this!
Ice tornado!
Swallow Blade!
Flush!
Oh,
Demon
now
Fang!
you're talking!
Freezing storm!
Swallow
Chain
Blade!
between heaven and earth!
Demon Fang!
A wailing banshee of
Here
lightning!
I come!
Talon Hurricane!
Demon Fang!
I'm shattering the pieces!
Now's our
I can
chance!
carve through one!
Fang! You're finished!
Freeze Lance!
Rising Lance!
You require a
Force! Burn in hell! Here I come! Swallow blade!
Outstanding form!
Strike! Burn!
Hold on to your
In
arm.
a vine!
Here I come!
Demon Fang! Burn!
Annihilation! When it is right!
I've let you all down.
You'll pay for that!
Here's the evil!
Nothing gets by
Freeze
me!
Lancer!
Far enough!
Lightning Orb!
Demon!
I'll bring you back from magic exam! Resuscitate
You're
now!
mine!
Here's a healing
You're
arc!
mine! Ignite!
Not done yet!
I owe you one. No escape! Flash! Demon Fang!
Let's go!
I'm not done!
Water!
Swallow
Here
blade!
lies Reheat Storm!
Demon Fang!
Now remember!
Demon Fang! No good! Take this! Slash! Swallow blade! Try harder! Coming! You're mine! Swallow blade! Demon Fang! Try harder!
Do it!
Strike!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'll heal you all!
No escape!
Go get
Demon
this
Fang!
one's mine!
I'll tear you apart! Demon Fang!
Use all the power of my
You picked
healing
the
arts
wrong
to
fight!
accomplish this.
Now, in the groove!
Ready
Swallow blade!
It looks like you got
I can carve through armor!
Strike!
Ready to go!
In a vine?
Demon Fang!
Power of flame!
Strike!
Finish without a
What's
trick!
this?
Lightning
Demon
Blade!
Fang!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Laser Spear! Here's the evil! You get the gist!
Soda!
I've let you all down.
Here's the flame of fury! Burning
Demon
strike! Laser
Fang!
Spear! Here's the evil! I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Holy Land!
You require a
Back from Death's Abyss! In here! Here, let me help! Rise and run! Raging Cascade!
Demon Fang!
You get the gist! Finish with air strike! Motion! Oh, fire the flame! Rain down! Purify all!
Now I'm in the groove!
Ignite!
I'll tear you apart!
Slash!
Super
Demon
Flame
Fang!
confiscated!
You're mine!
I can carve through armor!
Swallow blade!
Denied!
Slash!
That'll bring you down!
Let's tear 'em up!
Flame inside me yearns to be let free! Demon Fang! Eat this!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Demon Fang!
I'm on!
Whale of Steel Lightning!
Try Light Spear! Burn! You're on!
Cyan Instant!
What's this?
Demon Fang!
I'm an
No escape!
It's weakened!
Carve through armor!
This ends now! Demon Fang! Swallow blade! This one's all mine!
In here!
It's over! Eat dirt!
Get on your
Damn!
I'll finish you here and now!
Demon Fang! No escape!
Mine!
Demon Fang!
Water, hear my call! A whirling flood!
Take this!
Wind
Almost there!
Or close enough.
Glacial
Take it away,
Spear.
Law.
Here's
I
the
thought
evil.
you'd never ask.
Foreigner! Not in your dreams!
Take this!
I'll heal you
I'm not
all!
done! Not today!
Dance in the wind!
Swallow blade!
Now you see what I can do!
Demon
A
Fang!
chain between heaven and
In a
earth!
vine?
Swallow blade! Rising
I'm
Wonder!
sorry to be a bother. We've all got enough of it. Yes, ma'am!
Sleep now! That
Demon
move!
Fang! I'm on it! Here comes the big one!
You see what happened there as you crossed me?
You get the
Demon
gist!
Fang!
Fred! You get the gist! Burning strike! You get the gist!
Demon Fang!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Whirlwind snap!
Here, let me help! Heaven and earth! First aid! A wailing gift can't be happening! I'll heal you all! Far beyond the dark bring you back from
Demon
Death's
Fang!
Abyss. I'm ready. All right, here's a healing art. Showtime! Sure thing!
No paper!
Ready! A freezing storm! Rain down!
You picked the wrong fight!
And
anything in order of mine!
Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
You're mine!
I can carve through armor!
Fly! Demon Fang!
Not in your dreams!
Fly!
In a vine?
Demon Fang!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
In between heaven and earth.
Take this!
A wailing lightning!
Demon Fang! Ignite!
Quiver blade!
Fly! I owe you one! I'm not done! Pull the blade! Prepare to be seized! No further!
Will this help?
Here I come!
Sleep now.
You're mine!
Here you go!
A whirling
Feel like
struggle.
me again.
Winds of heaven.
Demon Fang!
Do it!
Double me! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Well, we beat it in the end.
Let us harvest what we can use and take it with us.
Built for the sake of it and then cast aside. How sad.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
This is where the light fell? What's with this tower? Is it a Danon relic?
No idea. But the astral energy is getting stronger here. The light's definitely in this area. Even if it is an agent from Lenegus, I'll blow them away with my astral arts. Go no further!
Take this! Strike! Ignite!
Here you go! I feel like me again!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
I really don't.
Demon Fang!
There's you!
Here I come! Lunar Blast!
Prepare to be sealed over feet of foot. Actually, that sound is more appropriate.
Let's talk in more doing.
Spear! Do it! Double me! In an instant! Impact Claw! My turn! I'm not done! No escape! This one's all mine!
Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Is someone being attacked?
We have to save them! I won't let them get hurt!
Brace yourself! This one's tough! Take this! Eat dirt!
Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
Swallow blade!
Airborne Beast! My turn!
Far enough!
Swallow Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Got fire!
I got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Between heaven and earth!
Demon Fang!
Divine Savior!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Can't get out of this!
Divine Savior! I never quit!
Now! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Crap!
Well...
Why you?
Why, you? I guess...
Yeah.
Damn.
Demon Fang!
Unwilling Guilty Pierce Evil! Freeze Lancer! I'll do it alone!
No escape!
Healing Storm!
Demon Fang!
Now I can let loose. Prepare to be sealed. Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now!
Radiant
Stardust!
Spear!
Dragon Shell! Luna Rondo!
Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil! That'll bring you down!
The flame inside!
Now!
Totally!
Now!
In an instant! Impact Block! My turn! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang!
I can't hold on much longer!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals... That's a pretty tall tower we're looking at climbing.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Let's make sure to kick ass tomorrow, too. You guys ready to hit the road? I know I am.
Guess I misread the landing.
Stairs. Which way do we go?
I say up. I sense presences below us, but not as large.
Up it is, then. We finally made it.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Yes.
Hmm?
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hmm?
Well... Again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Very well.
Training ground.
Hey, isn't that a Hellbent blow?
Is it some sort of prototype?
Whatever it is, it's a real tough customer. Eat this! Rollerblade! Demon Fang!
Outstanding form.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang! First strike!
Whirling struggle.
You're mine!
In a bind?
Into the shadows!
You're mine!
Dance!
Demon Fang!
That'll bring you down. Art expert coming through. Here's a healing art.
The enemy wields art too.
We'll soon see about that.
Demon Fang!
Lunar Blast in the wind. Air thrust. A chain between heaven and earth.
I can carve through walls.
Wailing bounty of lightning.
Demon Fang!
Divine savior.
Throbs in pain.
Explosion. Get on in there with the evidence. Strike.
You're mine!
Astral energy.
Demon Fang!
More where that came from. Tempest healing circle.
Demon Fang!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Nope, that'd be silly.
Far beyond the darkest
No
sky.
further.
I call upon
Here I
thee.
come! Slash!
Explosion.
Demon Fang!
Glacial spear.
Dog.
Here's the Evo.
Talon Hurricane!
Magic is there.
Demon Fang!
Too much to handle.
Not
Where
today!
would that came from?
You're mine!
I'm on a roll.
Demon Fang!
Divine savior.
All finish you here and now.
Try harder! My turn!
This one's mine.
You're mine!
Take this.
Tempest
Take
heal.
this.
All right.
Slash!
It's
Rolling
showtime.
See what I can
The
do.
flame inside me is yours to be let free! Ignite!
Let you all down.
You'll pay for that! Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from depth abyss. Thunderblade. Resuscitation. A freezing storm.
Demon Fang! Here I come! Swallow Blade!
Eagle drive.
Slash!
It's time.
I'm out of
Demon
bounds.
Fang!
Take this.
Here I come! Swallow Blade! Demon Fang!
Roll now.
Rise and shine. Talon form.
Leave the charges to move away.
It's on!
Lunar Corruption. Let the mark cover this.
Not today!
Annihilation.
You're mine! Burn! Slash!
I never miss.
Here I come!
What's this?
I'm going to
Here I
need to
come!
use all the power
Swallow
of the
Blade!
healing art to accomplish this. Wind astral energy.
No further.
Here goes.
Demon Fang!
A whirling not in your dreams.
Here I come!
No.
Slash!
You like
Demon
me?
Fang!
Air thrust.
Eat this.
I can do this all day. Reload.
This one's all mine! Eat this!
Fresh.
Demon Fang!
Now I'm in the
You
groove.
escape! Demon Fang!
Let's tear him up.
Eat this.
You require a
Lightning
hand.
raging cascade. Show you with my heart.
Come on!
Take this.
Shine.
Demon Fang! Try harder!
Sleep
Now
now.
you see what I can do.
Resurrection. Let's get you all tucked away.
Eat this.
Water
Talon
astral
Hurricane!
energy.
Far enough.
Demon Fang! You're the flame
one's
inside
mine.
me! Yours to be let free!
Swallow dance.
Eat this!
Now I'm in the groove.
Strike!
Burning.
Demon Fang!
Water. Here we go. Hold on to your heart.
Demon
Here it
Fang!
comes.
Here I come!
I'm on it.
Demon Fang!
Get on in there with the others.
You're mine! Swallow Blade!
We
Demon
got
Fang!
this.
You're mine! Rolling snap!
Healing circle! Lightning orb!
No
Need to pull
further.
myself together. I owe you, Sion. Healing is what my arts do best.
Now you see what I can do.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Rising light! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Demon Fang! This one's all mine!
Here,
Here I come! Burn in hell!
First aid! Lightning
Swallow
orb!
blade! Inferno punch!
Illuminated fight!
Leave the charges to me.
Demon Fang! Here I come!
I've let you all down.
Stay away from my friend!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
I'll bring you back from death today.
Thrust!
Tempest
Demon
Fang!
Fang!
Swallow Spark! Let me help! Raging energy! Here I go!
In a bind?
Demon Fang!
Sleep now!
This one's all mine!
This will come in handy!
You picked the wrong fight!
Astral energy!
I'm on it! Here I come!
Here's the
Demon
evil!
Fang! This it? First strike!
I'll bring you back from death today. I'll be saving this one! A whirling struggle! I'll heal you all!
Now you see what I can do.
Healing circle!
Now I can let loose.
Talon Storm! Demon Fang!
Raging storm!
I'm on a roll now. Take this.
There you go!
In a bind?
Don't let up! Power of flame!
Off my cloak.
Let the marksman handle it! Arctic waterfall!
Demon Fang!
In here!
Here I come!
This will come in handy!
Demon this!
Eat this. Nothing gets by
Power
me.
of reload!
Fire Dragon!
Don't mind if I do!
Watch this.
Swallow blade! Demon Fang!
Power of flame!
Burn in hell!
Eagle
Die!
Now
Swallow
get
blade!
through.
Demon
I
Fang!
can carve through armor. Take this.
It's too much!
Divine
Demon
Feel!
Demon Fang!
Now
A whirling struggle! Winds of heaven! Water! Here!
Hurricane!
Cyclone! I power all day!
Demon Fang!
Here's the insect! In here! That'll bring you down! Hold on to your head! Here I come! Let me show you what my art can
Take
do!
this!
anything in armor is all mine.
Divine Savior!
Demon Fang!
Armor won't save you.
Swallow blade!
Magic Slam! In here!
Nothing
Don't mind
gets
if I
by
do.
me.
Demon Fang!
Annihilation!
Slash!
Between heaven and earth!
Swallow
This
blade!
one's for you, Dad.
Take
Energy
this!
lightning! Steel!
Here I come!
One
Demon
more
Fang!
Annihilation! Lightning orb! Alright, it's showtime! Here's the evil! Purge malevolence!
You're mine! Burn in hell!
Eat this! Freeze land!
Inferno Swallow blade! Swallow blade!
Chain between your
Demon Fang!
Seal! Inferno punch! More for the stockpile! Far beyond darkest skies! I'm all
Smash you!
They're crumbling!
Now we beat the crap out of them.
Remind me to stay on your
Can't
good
get out
side.
of this.
I'm on it!
Too much to handle! A chain between our expert coming through!
Hurricane! Swallow blade!
Thanks for the healing!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
We'll never miss! It looks like you got this one covered! Predator dreams! Lunar correction!
I'm not done! Demon Fang!
It's
You picked the wrong fight!
power of flame!
Denied!
Finish without a trace!
Take this!
Blah, blah,
No
blah.
further!
Anything that's freaking blah, blah, blah.
Hurricane!
I'll smash you!
Burning strike!
Take this! Nothing left!
Here, let me help tear you to shreds!
You're mine!
Rusty nails! I will burn all day!
Inferno punch!
Here I go!
Demon Fang!
All you need to do is by the power of flame!
Demon Fang! Hurricane!
Winds of heaven!
all mine. Not today!
Feel! Annihilation!
Take
I'll be
this!
saving this one!
First strike!
That'll bring you down!
Hurricane! Inferno punch!
Winds of
Demon
heaven!
Fang!
Hurricane! Cyclone! One more time!
Demon Fang!
Feel!
Armor won't save. I'm on a roll now.
Here I come!
Dragon Shell!
Swallow Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Seen Big cyclone!
How about it?
Yeah. Huh?
Hey!
Watch it!
Oh, what?
Seriously? Seriously?
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow! Check out these biceps. Pretty glorious, right?
Why are guys so obsessed with their muscles?
Because these puppies have yet to let me down. Yes! Yes! Very nice.
Seriously, what do they take us for?
Research subjects, just like everything else.
We've reached our destination.